My name is Anna, and you are listening to the Billionaire Lifestyle Podcast 30 for 30 edition with your host and my stepdad, Emmett Michaels.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Billionaire Lifestyle 30 for 30 podcast in the month of September. This is just a project that I am doing so that I can, A, keep up on my skills, B, challenge myself, because this has been a rough item. I'm actually have been podcasting as I travel daily, or every couple of days I would do a podcast on the road in a hotel room, wherever I could find a space that was quiet enough so that I could perform and produce these items. So I want to thank you guys so much for downloading the podcast, being a part of it. Please go to iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, or Google Play, or any resource where you find the podcast, The Billionaire Lifestyle. And please rate, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'd really like to know what you guys are thinking, so that helps. I'd like to thank the folks who have left reviews on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. It's a great blessing. Thank you so much. And today we're going to talk briefly about these three components that make us as human beings. Tres. The trifecta, the Trinity, which is your mind, your body, and your spirit. So without all three of those, we would just be some kind of a shell. Now, we inherently have control of these attributes continuously, but we either focus in on one or the other, and it's really difficult to be able to focus in on all of the things, mind, body, and spirit. So you see people who are working out and they're really fit, but mentally, not quite there. I don't mean that in a bad way. Or spiritually, they're just kind of corrupt. Or you have some people who are very, very, very spiritual, but their body's a hot mess. And their emotional state is a hot mess. And then, you can have any one of those combinations. Also, it's the other way around, where you have someone who is very emotionally stable, but, or they could be emotionally stable and providing great emotional fortitude and spiritually really connected, but are not taking care of their temple, which is the body. So all three of these things you have to continually work on: mind, body, spirit. And sometimes when one or the other is out of tune, it can take away the focus from the other two. For instance, if you're not feeling very well, that will kind of take away from how you feel spiritually, how you feel, how your mind thinks about things. So you have to take everything, kind of compartmentalize it, and understand it as a part of the total, and try not to let the others affect each other. You can't let the mind controls it all, from the body to the mind. But you can separate those two and work on those components so that you can wrap yourself up to be the best total package individual you can. But it also works out for your community, because you can be part of a community whose Trinity is not together as well, where they focus in on the physical, or they focus in on just the spiritual, or they focus in on just the mind. So schools focus in on just the mind, churches focus in on just the spirit, and gymnasiums and activities focus in a lot of times on the physical. It's important for you to have all these components so that you are a complete and intact Trinity entity. It's really simple, but it's difficult because we have this thing called free will. We have this thing that we were blessed with. We can make decisions. Unlike animals, we can actually be very conscious in the moment, but that's a big responsibility. And for us to be conscious, we have to work on our total beings, our mind, body, and spirit, because that's what gives us or helps us to have our free will, because we have all these things that we can draw upon. Like these, it seems like my podcasts are actually getting shorter and shorter, but I mean, some of these things are just so succinct, and the message is so clear that this is just a starting point for you to begin a journey to something else. Like, for instance, I have this book that I wrote called The Journey of One. You can get it on Amazon. Just look for Emmett Muckles' Journey of One, and you can download the ebook. And it talks about a lot of these things, a lot of these principles, and how life is so precious to us and all the power that we've given just because we're human beings. So using prayer, using meditation, working out your body, working on your Trinity is made for you because you were made in the image of the Creator. You were made in the image of the Creator, not the other way around. So that means you have some power that most people don't quite understand. You have a greater power. So it's time for you to start tapping into that power and being the best that you can be. So one of the things about the billionaire lifestyle, let me go back again, is the fact it is not about money, because money is just a resource. You know, about 100 or so years ago, there was no real consistent currency around the world except for gold. But we've placed this emphasis on paper money and ones and zeros that represent paper money, to the point where we may be losing ground on our Trinity, because we're focusing in on something that we created, then gave value, oftentimes more value than the person who created it. So that's what the billionaire lifestyle is about. It's finding your life, defining your life, using the tools that are available to you to craft that life. And everybody doesn't want the same thing. And there's more than enough for everybody literally to have the experience that they want on this planet, because there is no limit on abundance. There is no limit, because, you know, some people might want the yacht and they want 5 houses and they want to drive around in Bentleys. And some people just say, I want to be able to raise my kids in a nice small town, have them go to school and experience my neighbors and have a home and be able to feed my family without strife. Some people might, I just want to live in a different way. I want to live a nomadic life where I can travel anywhere I want to and live there comfortably and experience those different places until I decide not to. Like I said, it is so dynamic, and everybody thinks everybody else wants the same as them. It's not true. You have to stop looking at the world through your own eyes and look at it through the eyes of the collective. Everybody is not the same. That was my biggest thing that I had to learn. Everyone does not think the way I think. And that's why one of the reasons why I ask you guys so much, hey, send me your questions, send me your leave a rating on iTunes. By the way, if you have a question you'd like to ask, you can send it to info at emmettmuckles.com. That's EMMITTMUCKLES.com. That's info at emmettmuckles.com, and we will discuss them on the podcast. Well, till next time, I want to thank you guys so much. Have an awesome day. Love yourself. Remember, this is really important for you guys. When you get out the shower, you get out the bathtub, or just in the morning, when you wake up, first thing you do is you got to go brush your teeth or look in the mirror. Look in that mirror and really digest yourself. Just take some time. This is a part of meditation within itself. It's just take some time to look at the reflection in the mirror and study that reflection. And convene and commune with that, and understand the glory and the miracle that is you. Really, I need you to really understand the miracle that is you. You are a boundless creature. The only limitations you have are the ones that you put upon yourself. So let's slowly chip away, because everybody thinks everything is overnight. No, you have to chip away at it. Chip away at all that negative stuff. Chip away at all those doubts. Chip away at all those things. Meditate with yourself in the mirror. Until next time, know that someone loves you as you need to be loved. Till next time, peace.